President of the United States.
After failures to stop widespread budget cuts called the sequester that stripped $85 billion out of this year's fiscal budget, U.S. President Barack Obama is hoping to negotiate with hardline Republicans with a new budget proposal.
What he's trying to do is trying to get the Senate Republicans on board.
For months, budget negotiations have stalled in Washington. Republicans want entitlement reforms to resolve the U.S.'s $4 trillion budget deficit. They're refusing to roll in higher taxes on the wealthy as part of the deal.
Republicans have for years now gone after the president on entitlement reforms. Back during the new year, when the fiscal cliff was averted, Republicans agreed to raise taxes. So now the Republicans are kind of going to the president and said, hey, we upheld our part of the bargain. Now it's your turn.
So now the president is hoping to appeal to Republicans with a plan that includes entitlement program reforms and would reduce the deficit by $1.8 trillion over 10 years, set limits on tax-preferred retirement accounts for the wealthy, chop out some funding from Medicare, and stop people from collecting full disability benefits and unemployment benefits that cover the same period of time. Congressional Republicans are resisting the idea of new tax revenues, as that was part of the fiscal cliff negotiations. The White House wants to reach middle ground with anti-tax Republicans as voters are starting to complain about the effects of the sequester. The White House budget draft won't endear it to fellow Democrats, as Dems would like to see entitlement reforms untouched. But it could help the U.S. president's sagging approval numbers, which have hit nearly all-time lows amid unprecedented Washington gridlock.
The sequester will eventually have major impacts on the economy. Last year, we saw the payroll taxes had expired, which is starting to have some effects. If this new budget proposal is not passed, then the sequester will end up causing right around 300,000 to 400,000 jobs and will slow down a GDP rate.
The president is expected to send his budget proposal to Congress by the middle of next week, just hours before he meets with about a dozen Senate Republicans. Colin Campbell, Press TV, Washington.